Good morning. Dad wants this tractor to do some work around that field where he's moving dirt, hook our little scraper up to it and stuff. So we're gonna take it back to the farm since we're not irrigating right now, and let him use it for a few days, maybe. And then I'm also just hooking up to this trailer to take that home because we're done with it up here. So that's the first thing this morning. So now that we got that tractor back here, I'll let Dad mess with it, the rest of it. I'm gonna keep working on my grain bin project here. So we're gonna take this next box and sensor out. I've got some conduit out there already. I'll take something to cut it with, and we gotta drill a hole in that plastic box to get a box connector in there. We'll keep going up the bin. All right, so this is kind of where we left off this project the other day when I ran out of supplies. But I did get my box connector put in there, so we're ready to measure and figure out where the next one's going to go and cut that conduit, which means I need to set up another section of scaffolding on top of here and then measure that so I can cut it and mount the first box, and then we'll worry about that. It's going to go just above that seam, probably the third rib up. 1, 2, 3, somewhere right in there. So yeah, I got to set up some more scaffolding so I can reach that, and we'll measure and cut and mount the box, and then we'll drill our hole for our sensor and get it wired up. I got my scaffolding set up, and I got this conduit in the box down there. It's in the connector. So I want this box to be right here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, yeah, third rib up. Yep, so I want this box to be right here. So I need to cut that conduit so that it fits just right in that fitting, and then figure out where straight is and anchor it and all that good stuff. But that's what I'm gonna do. So I got my battery powered cut off grinder, got the cut off wheel. Shoot, I've got a file down there too. File the end of it so it doesn't strip, gouge the insulation on my wire. So I'll have to go get that before I put it together. Okay, that box is on. I cut it just a little short, so we're a little lower than I want it to be, but that's okay. It's very hard to anchor this box to the bin wall because of the way the corrugations line up. It wouldn't work very well. So what I'm gonna do is anchor the pipe, and because these stick out a little ways, I'm just gonna go in the middle of each one where it's got the most flex, and put a clamp on that anchors it to the wall. Another thing to note, these screws that I'm using here have, they have a sealing washer on them, rubber washer. If I just put that on the outside, it would do me no good. So you take the washer off, put the screw through the hole in the clamp, put the washer in between the clamp and the bin wall so it will seal it. So I did that. So now I gotta drill a hole for our sensor. Okay, the hole is drilled. I've got the outside ring on my sensor, and look, I put a little mark on there so that when that black mark is on the bottom, my sensor is aligned the way that I want it to. The hole in the adjustment, or the light in the adjustment screw on the bottom, so that I can see that from the inside, since I got to tighten it from the inside. So stick that in there and then go put the nut on the inside. But before I do, I want to run a bead of silicone around the inside of that nut so that it will seal against that hole when I tighten it. Okay, our second sensor is in. There's the first one. Believe it or not, we are actually almost halfway up. This bin is 11 rings tall. That sensor is in the 5th ring, so if it was halfway in that ring, which it's not, that would be half the depth of the bin. So, but I do have 3 more. I think we can reach to get 1 more in. So at this point, I could do a little wiring and get this first one done and closed up, but I think I'm gonna get some more conduit and try and get that next box. So we'll be up 1, 2, it'll be right about there. And we're gonna have to set up the rest of our scaffolding to get there. And that means that every trip up and down is a lot harder and longer, and we need to make sure we take everything we need with us as much as possible. So I'm not climbing up and down constantly. So I'm going to get the next box ready. I have not done that yet, but I need to open one of these up. I need to get a little hole drilled in it for the cord from the sensor and a grommet in it. I need to get the plug in the back and sealed up and put the box connectors in it, as well as drilling out the hole in the cover plate for my LED. So I'm going to take this stuff back into the shop and do that before we start climbing, trying to do it up there, because it'd be way harder up there. And yeah, then we'll set our scaffolding up. Check it out. I've got all the scaffolding set up. 4 sections plus the top, which is just a safety rail. I can't put platforms up here. The spacing's wrong. It's not safe. There's lots of reasons you don't do it, but anyway, I'm gonna get another solid platform and put there and close up that gap while I'm working up here. But right here is where our next sensor goes, so that's good. That means we can get it in there and we can reach it. Wait a minute, is that right? No, it goes down here. Oh sweet, we're way high. All right, can't see the one below me, so I gotta double check that, but I think it actually goes here, and then we skip this ring, go in that ring, which I can't quite reach, and then we need one clear up at the top, which I definitely can't reach. If you're wondering, it's about 30 feet up right here. Yeah, about 30 feet. So this bin is a little over 40 to the eave. We may not be quite 30 feet, if that's 40. I don't know, it's 11 rings. They're 44-inch rings. And I'm down 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, this is 7 rings, I guess. So we're like 25 feet. 15 feet, yeah, that's about right. Anyway, that's about how tall we are. Okay, so I need to get a piece of conduit. We've got to get that there. Then we've got to get our box and get the conduit cut to length, put that on, drill our hole for our sensor. Same procedure, just higher. All right, well, I know you can't see much, but I got that next box in, the third one, and the sensor, and I got it secured from inside the bin. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good here. There are 2 more to do. I might be able to get one. I'm definitely not going to be able to get the last one. I had to figure something else out for that one. But we're getting close here. So anyway, it's lunchtime. I'm going to lunch. We'll come back and work on this afternoon. We'll start doing some wiring. Okay. It's time to start stretching some wires, or pushing wires. I've got red and a black 16 gauge. Ain't much of wires, or doesn't take much here. And I'm gonna try and just push them down through there instead of running a fish tape and pulling them, because it's 2 wires. It should push down just fine. Let's see how it goes. Okay, here we are. That was pretty easy. Now I gotta remember exactly how these go. So I've already got wires coming through here. These are 220 volt. Well, they're 110. It's a 220 circuit and then a 110 circuit, and they go down to a switch and then come back up. So these are my grounds. I've got the ground connected to my ground side of the power supply, and then the black wire coming up there here is the hot wire, but obviously the switch is off, so there's no power here right now. Going to this power supply, which converts it to 12 volt DC. So we need to connect to here. Red is hot, black is ground. And then we got to figure out how to wire our switch in, and the signal and the light and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm going to work on now. All right, well, this box has got a bit of a mess of wiring in it, but it should be good. It should work. So I know I still got wires up there, but they're still on the spool, so the ends aren't touching anything. But if I come down here, open this up, and turn on the switch, now I should be able to go in there and put my finger in front of that sensor, and that light comes on. Who's gonna watch it? Ha, you guys are. Okay, hold on. Okay, Tell me if that light comes on. Is it working? Did it work? Ha! It did work. That's awesome. Yes. It's always good when stuff comes together like you think it will. So, all right, we're gonna go wire that one, number 2. All right, so I'm getting ready to wire the second one up here. I'm using my solder heat shrink connections that I bought here a while ago, and they're fairly simple here. I need that cover with the light on it yet. There's 4 grounds that all got to go together, so I'm kind of twisting them together in pairs and then putting them together from there. But yeah, so I'll put that ground with this other black wire and then mix it with that blue and that black. Use my connector to hold them together. Let's do that and then I'll show you the rest. So I've got those 4 together. Now I need to connect the red wire coming from our light to the signal wire coming from our sensor, which is this black one right here. And that's it, just those 2. So we'll do that. And then the last thing is the power coming up with the power to the sensor, which is the brown wire, and the power then going up to our next sensor, which is that one. Okay, now the connections are made. So now I can put try and stuff these wires back up a little bit, or I'll pull them from the top just to get rid of some of the excess. And then we got to put our cover back on. There. So that gives it a, this foam seal here gives it a waterproof seal, and that one's good. Okay, we got those first 2 sensors wired up, and I climbed up here where the third one is. We've reached the portion of the day where I'm about to do something stupid, and you guys are going to yell at me. But guess what? You're not going to yell at me until tomorrow, so I'll be done by then. So if you're seeing this, relax. Everything's going to be fine. If you're not seeing this, something bad happened. All right, so I need to get a sensor up there about 4 feet over my head, what I can't reach. Yeah. So I made it so I can reach it. And before you freak out, I have made some safety precautions. Honey, you may want to not watch this part. So I have taken some wire and I have wired my scaffolding to the bin, to them stiffeners, and it's 4 times around there, so it's fine. So that sturdied this up so it doesn't wobble quite as much, and it will not pull away from the bin wall. In addition to that, we are on the concrete down there and solid ground, so I'm not worried about it. I have little concerns here. What I'm more concerned about is just the wiggle between this. But I put the third platform up here, so these platforms cannot move. They're locked into place. We're solid. We're fine. I'm only going to be up on probably the 3rd step here, so we're not up to the top of the ladder, so it won't be very tippy. We'll be fine. I am not going to put an extension ladder up here and try and get to the top ring. Not going to happen. That one's not safe. That would be really stupid. I'm just kind of stupid. So yeah, so I got to get my next piece of conduit and go from here up. I did get the next box prepared, and we'll get that one anchored, get a hole in for our sensor. That way we got 4 out of the 5 in, and what I can reach from here, I'll figure something different out for that top one. But while I got this here, I'm gonna get that one. Conduit's in, box is up there, got it anchored. Now the hard part, we gotta drill that hole for the sensor. Yeah. Got it, hole drilled, sensor in. Now I gotta climb down and then climb all the way up the ladder on the inside and get the nut on in there. All right, I got that. And for the record, this seems much worse to me because I'm literally just hanging on the ladder here. There's nothing underneath me. Would have been faster to come down from the top. All right, that's 4 in. So I actually did climb out the top there because I wanted to look up here. Not quite gonna be able to reach. Not quite. So how am I gonna get to that? Close. Not quite. Okay, I've got the wires connected on that one. I got to go down and get the screws for that cover plate. I forgot them. And I did run wires up to that box, but I'm not going to make all the connections there because I got more wires that are going to need to go up eventually. So I'm just going to put the cover plate on that for now and not actually connect anything. And then we just got to get some tools and our ladder and stuff down. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for up here today, as far as I can go until I figure that one out. So I've got some ideas. My current best idea is to get a climbing harness and come off the edge of the roof and do it hanging there. And I think that's what's going to happen, but I don't have a climbing harness. I do know somebody that has one though, so I think I can figure that out. It just might be a couple weeks. I don't know. We will see. But I'm happy to have gotten as far as we have. And if for some reason by harvest I can't get that last one in there, I'll just connect the wires on this, and at least we'll have 4 of them, and that's good. We do, you'll notice over there, that black thing right there, that is a bin level indicator. It's kind of a works by gravity. When the corn pushes up on the back side of it, it turns to that fluorescent yellow that's on the top side of it there. It works fairly well, but a lot of times we're always guessing, like, is that tripped? Is it not? I can't tell. And so with these lights, there'll be no guessing. It either is or it isn't. So, all right, I got to get all these tools down. We're going to leave the scaffolding here, but I'm going to take everything off of it, including the ladder. I made it. I made it to the ground. I survived. I didn't die. Honey, you can watch again. All right. Well, I got everything off the platform up there. A few things to put away here yet, but scaffolding, the rest of it's going to stay there. I'm really happy with this. This is going to be awesome. Okay, guys. I got most of my stuff cleaned up and put away. I do have a box here with the stuff that remaining components. The one box, one sensor. We'll get to that when we get to it. But I'm glad to have that project at least fairly wrapped up here for the moment. Let me show you again something. Yeah. So I talked yesterday about why I wanted to do them lights in the boxes like that versus putting them on the ladder and putting all the lights down low and stuff. Can you guys see them there? They're perfectly positioned between that dryer and the bin, where when I walk out of the shop, I'll be able to see exactly where the level is of grain in the wet bin. I also will be able to see them when we pull in the driveway over here, right through there between the leg and the dryer, which is, you know, kind of right in the driveway. So I'll be able to see them at a glance from a long ways away as to where that level is, which is kind of why I wanted the lights there. Plus, I know you can put the lights all down low and just look at it to see how many of them are lit up, but then you got to do the mental calculation of where's that sensor at, and this way the light is where the sensor is. It's easy to tell, it's quick. So other than a little bit difficult install on the top couple there, it's really not hard, it's not bad, there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. So anyway, that's that project for now. It is almost 5 o'clock. I don't really know exactly what time it is, and I didn't get any mowing done today. That took a little longer than I thought it would, which is fine, no big deal. I'm gonna go back here and see if there's any more sweet corn, and I'm probably gonna go home a little early today. If you watched yesterday's video, you already know by now today is my birthday, and so I have some beef tenderloin at home. I'm gonna go throw on the grill for tonight and hang out with my boys and my wife, and we're gonna have a good time. So have a good night. Oh, tomorrow, yes. So tomorrow is Saturday. I would not normally make a video tomorrow because I don't intend to work. However, if any of you have gone back or been around for a really long time, you'll know that I have a couple of old videos of a big bud tractor with a 21 bottom plow at the Alverton Plow Days. Well, that happens to be tomorrow, and they are doing it, having a plow day, chicken barbecue. I don't know if that big bud and the big plow is going to be there, but they are featuring steel wheeled tractors, 1 and 2 bottom plows and stuff. So I'm going to go check that out, and I'm going to take you guys with me. So I will make a video tomorrow. It's kind of going to be a special one again, sort of like our baling one was, but we're going to check out the Alverton Plow Day tomorrow. So check back Sunday morning for that one. And yeah, so if you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. And as always, hit that like and subscribe button for me, please. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.